it's me. I'm back again. This is Melinda. I'm coming to talk to you about the holidays. Now that we have the holidays going on, at least for me, as a victim of abuse, I found the holidays very, very scary for me. And what I mean by that is they were filled with so many different memories. I was kind of a big puddle of goo because those first few years I had a lot of bad associations with holidays. And just because, as of many couples, my ex and I had money problems. So there was a lot of constant fighting about money problems. And so that, especially with the holidays, it kind of brought up some bad things, just bad memories and bad times. So when the holidays rolled around, I mean, we would typically have the holidays at our house. And sorry again if you didn't see my last video, I had a headache, so that's why I'm kind of squinty right now, migraine. But anyway, so the holidays for me were always the best thing, and I'm still kind of getting out of that funk with that. I don't always do a lot of holiday things. Thanksgiving is kind of like Thanksgiving, we kind of just do our own thing. We're homebodies. With my Lyme, I don't always want to go out. I'm just tired. I'm empathic, so I just get a lot of emotions from other people. And anyway, that's a different thing. But anyway, going back to the holidays, I had a hard time leaving my ex. So I didn't want to hurt his feelings, believe it or not. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I didn't want him to be left alone during the holidays. So that actually kept, for a long time, when I was with him, that stopped me from leaving him because I didn't want to upset the apple cart. It's like, oh, I don't want to leave because, the kids, Christmas is coming up and, I don't want to break up the family then. And there was never a right time. It always seemed like I was always making some excuse. There's never a right time to leave. It just kept snowballing, no pun intended, as I'm looking out, lots of snow. There was never a right time. And this is not something that's not a typical thing. There are a lot of victims that also feel the same way. I had an incident where a friend contacted me about her family member. Her family member was an abusive situation, and to the point where the children were starting to beat on her because the dad just approved, and it was all okay. And they got her the best help. We went back and forth talking, telling her what she should do, be supportive for her family member. And then when it came time to go, she didn't want to go. It's around holiday time. And then also pretty soon, like a few weeks later, she gave the excuse, well, we're going to Florida. I don't want to go now. Well, I want us to have a nice vacation, a family vacation. And of course, I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't wouldn't mind being in Florida now too, but I don't know, it sounded so like me. That's how I was. And this was many years ago. But I got it. And unless you're in that situation, unless you've been programmed to think like that, Stockholm Syndrome, you don't get it. And it's easy to say, hey, you just got to leave this guy or this girl. It's not that easy. Your self-esteem is so darn low. It's crazy. You have so little, at least in my case, I had so little self-esteem with myself that I didn't think I was worthy to leave. I don't know if that makes sense. But I hear it's not uncommon. And so you stay because, again, it's excuses. You're tied to that person. You don't think you're going to make it financially, but you will. The best part for me to say go is just go. There's never going to be a right time. It's like having kids. There's never a right time. You say, hey, I'm going to have it when I can afford this, or when I save up money, or when I have this job, or when this is right. There's never a right time to have children. There just isn't. It's just, when it happens, and it's a blessing from the Lord. But like leaving a job, there's never a right time. If you're unhappy there, you leave. But I can't really say that's, again, I'm a little fuzzy. I got a headache. I can't really say that's any different. Leaving an abusive situation is a lot harder than doing a job, but do you know what I mean? I hope I'm coming across okay, and it's just not me being fuzzy right now. like, it's hard to recover from something like that. It takes a lot of baby steps. Don't beat yourself up if it's not going to happen overnight, if you haven't left. Think of all the positives. Think of all the negatives of why you shouldn't stay in your relationship. That's another way. Of course, burn a list. Get rid of the list as soon as it's done, or mail it to an entrusted friend. Do your positive affirmations. I can go ahead and rattle off quite a few, but not right now. Oh, I probably could. I am loved. I am beautiful. I am unstoppable. I am brave. I am a child of God, or whatever your your beliefs are. Or if you don't have any beliefs regarding religion, that's fine too. You can still do these. It's one, and say them out loud. Don't just read them. Say them out loud. The more subconsciously, the more you say them out loud, it's something how your mind works. Your mind will actually start to believe. The more you say it, the more your mind will start believing it. And so say them out loud when you're alone. Say them out loud to yourself. Say it 5, 10, 20 times. Do some mirror work. Look in front of a mirror and say, hey, I love myself. I love you. I love you. Look in your eyes and say, I love you. I love you. I believe in you. I approve of you. You are beautiful, or I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am successful. I attract good. I surround myself with loving and trusting close friends, family, something like that. And if you don't have a good support system, somebody outside of your home, out of your abusive situation that doesn't build you up, leave them too. Don't stay around. If it's your mom, your dad, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, cousins, whatever, you can also leave that relationship too. There's nothing in stone saying you can't leave anybody that's abusing you, a family member or whatever. There's so many people that stay in relationship with their family because they're like, well, they're family, I've got to. No, you don't. You can separate yourself from them. You can respect their title as your mom, as your dad, but you don't have to put up with it. If they start getting mouthy with you and just start tearing you down, leave. Come back, say, hey, I'll see you later, and then go. Remove yourself from that situation. But anyway, I'm ranting on. But in the holidays, try and build yourself up. Try and make new memories for yourself. Start getting rid of all the old stuff from your relationship. The decorations, the maybe even the dishes. I have very few items left over from my ex, and I did a big purge, and man, that was very, very uplifting to me. And I still have the memories, but I don't have those things weighing me down. Anyway, I'm going to talk to you another day. You have a great one and a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you later. Melinda out. Big hugs. Bye.